Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of English with Tim, the podcast where you can learn English in depth and detail. I'm Tim, native speaker English teacher from the U.S., polyglot, world traveler, and author of several resources for learning English. One of those is Words for Numbers, a Patreon channel where you can learn hundreds of words for talking about data for business or IELTS Task 1 academic writing. So, on to today's episode. Today's episode is going to be a bit shorter because it has been an extremely busy week for me with family members coming into town and me spending a lot of time with them because I don't get to see them very often. Also, today's topic is just a little bit simpler than some of the things I've talked about before, so it just doesn't require quite as much time. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about questions. I've talked about questions before, but this time I'm going to talk about a specific type of question, one that does not get a lot of attention. Subject questions. What are subject questions? Subject questions are questions where we don't know who did the action or how many people did an action, and we are trying to find out by asking this question. Here are 3 examples. 1. Who took my keys? 2. Who can come to the party tomorrow? 3rd and last, who wants more pizza? Subject questions are constructed differently than other questions. In subject questions, we have the word order of a statement and not of a question. Let's compare the same subject questions you just heard with some statements. 3 examples. 1. Who took my keys? He took my keys. 2. Who can come to the party tomorrow? They can come to the party tomorrow. 3. Who wants more pizza? We want more pizza. So I want to point out 2 things about subject questions. First, not all questions that start with who are subject questions. Here are 2 examples of that fact. 1, who did you see last night? So in this sentence, the action is see, and we know who did the action, you. Example 2, who did you talk to at the party? So again, who did you talk to at the party? In this sentence, the action is talk, and we know who did the action. Again, it is the subject, you. So, moving on to my second point about subject questions, it is that they don't always start with who, even if who is the most common start for a subject subject question. Some other words and phrases can start subject questions. For example, how many and what. Here are a couple examples, just 2 of them. What is his name? 2. How many people came to the meeting? Now, sometimes a subject question starts with whose plus a noun. Whose bag is this? Also, some subject questions start with which or what plus a noun. What color is your favorite? Which one is yours? Now, maybe this sounds complicated, but really it isn't. Subject questions are super easy to make. Unlike with WH questions and yes-no questions, you don't need to change the order of the words around, and you don't need to worry about adding do or not adding do. It really is just the same order as a statement. So let's make more of these in different verb tenses. I've talked in previous episodes about my belief in the importance of examples, lots of examples. Now, I'm not going to kill you with examples this time, but I've got quite a few of them in different verb tenses. Let's start with some subject questions in the present simple with be. So, who is there? How many people are there? Who is in the office now? How many people are in the office now? Who is in the car? How many people are in the car? Who is interested? How many people are interested? Who is hungry? How many people are hungry? Who is tired? How many people are tired? Who is free tomorrow? How many people are free tomorrow? What is in your pocket? How much food is in the fridge? What is today's date? What day is today? Let's move on to present simple with can. Not a super common combination with subject questions, but it does happen. Who can drive? Who can help us? Who can come next week? Who here can speak Italian? Who can bake a cake? Let's move on to present simple with other verbs. Who wants to come with us? How many people want to come with us? Who needs to go to the bathroom? Who wants to get off the bus? How many people want to get off the bus? Who wants to sleep? How many of you want to sleep? Who needs more time? Who does that? How many people do that? Who lives next to you? Who keeps calling my phone? How many people live next to you? How many people still listen to the radio? Which one tastes better? How many people work on Sundays? Let's move on to past simple with be and more subject questions. Who was at the meeting yesterday? How many people were at the meeting yesterday? Who was sick on the weekend? How many people were sick on the weekend? Who was in my room? How many people were in the room? Past simple, other verbs. Who ate my pizza? Who borrowed my car without asking? Who asked you? How many people asked you? Who left their car keys here? Who killed John F. Kennedy? What killed the dinosaurs? Who worked on the weekend? How many people worked on the weekend? Who went to the concert? How many people went to the concert? How many people saw the accident? Moving on to present continuous. Who is working tomorrow? How many people are working tomorrow? Who is sleeping in my bed? Who is running in tomorrow's marathon? How many people are running in tomorrow's marathon? Who is driving me to the airport tomorrow? Who is calling my phone? What is bothering you? Let's move on to past continuous. Subject questions are really not common in the past continuous, but it can happen from time to time, so let's cover that. Just 3 examples. What was bothering you? Who was calling your phone? Who was working yesterday? Let's move on to the present perfect. This is the last verb tense we'll cover. I really only think it's useful to cover the common ones. You're not going to have future perfect or future perfect continuous with subject questions. It's not going to happen. So, present perfect. Who has been to London? Who has eaten scorpions? Who has run a marathon? Who has jumped out of an airplane? Who has ridden a motorcycle? Who has tried alligator meat? So you can see with present perfect that when you use subject questions, it's often to ask about some unusual or interesting experience that a person has had. So that's all for today. I'm interested in what you think about subject questions, if they're a topic that you find difficult, if you've learned about them before, and what you think of just learning with a pile of examples like you did today. That's all, and thanks, and see you all next Monday. Thank you.